Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is our new season in Dwarf Fortress. This is an all new embark. I just created it in advance so that we don't have to wait for the tedious world generation. Let's have a quick look around what we have here. Obviously a heavily forested environment. I brought some animals. Let's see what I took with me. Some turkeys. I have a llama. I apparently have a camel, which will be the animal that pulled the wagon. I thought that there should be 2 animals to pull the wagon. But hey, I have llamas, I have a camel, I have a really heavily forested environment with quite a few puddles. And then, most importantly, we have a region where we can dig our hole. So let's start. We're going to dig out a piece that's maybe somewhat defensible. Let's dig here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And then some stairs. Now, while the dwarves are digging, and I'm going to dismantle the wagon first, and put a zone for my animals so that they don't wander off. All the llamas, the turkeys, the yak cow and the camel. I'm supposing that will be a bull. Not sure if the camel species is also bovine. I think bovine is the correct word. Let's chop down some trees and then I'll show you the dwarves in Dwarf Therapist. But now my dwarves are busy. So, as you can see, I'm using the Lazy New Pack with the Peridexis graphics pack. And I'm using Dwarf Therapist as a tool. So we have, in terms of skills, I only assign 1 to every of my dwarves. So I have an Architect Mason. I have a Brewer, whose only job it is to brew and to haul at the moment. Then we have a Carpenter Woodcutter, a Farmer, Plant Gatherer, Cook, and a Miner. With an E, not an O. And then we have one that has apparently no jobs at all. Not quite sure. It might be I gave him the Zasosek. That it is our broker, because I gave him appraiser and conversationalist, and also record keeper. So manager, he's an organizer, so that will work quite well. Just a few weeks to go before he will actually have an office. So I thought I had some farmable area, but it appears that this is all diorite. So hopefully, probably I can put my farms a level down. It will just take a while before we get there. Yeah, that will the right stairs. It would have been better if I did it like this. So let's start with this and then have our food that we brought along already stored in our hallway so that there are no keys or other animals, thieves that run off with it. It's way too valuable at this point in time. So the first steps of the fortress will be secure some lodgings. I usually tend to not secure them very much. And then after the lodgings, we will need to provide ourselves with a renewable source of food and drinks, which shouldn't be an issue. Now, if there is anything that you don't hear or see, just let me know in the chat. I'll try to follow it up, but at the moment I'm still working on a single screen, so it might be a bit later than I would want. This is also my first stream on YouTube, so do leave a comment if you think I can do something better. I'm always open for improvements. So what do I have here? That's an anvil, obviously. Some logs. Yes, my weapons. PD. Why not? And then PP. Z. Not sure if I took any ammo, I don't think so. And PU for furniture. Yes, the anvil is on its way. And we'll start by putting a carpenter's workshop around the entrance. We're going to build it out of wood because stone is too heavy to drag all the way, and then we can start building some beds. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 dwarfs, 7 beds. Snow White will have to sleep on the floor. Are those honeybees or bumblebees? It's a colony of termites. Even less useful than bumblebees. So I try to make my fort self-sufficient as much as possible, which means that I don't pay a huge amount of focus on whatever the merchants bring, but I usually start pretty minimalistic. This would not give a good overview. I only have plump helmets at the moment for my kitchen. I thought I brought more. I do have more. I also have cave wheat, pigtail seeds, so just the basic dwarven seeds. The pigtails will not be used for cooking or brewing. They will be purely used for our clothing industry, and the rock nuts are of secondary concern. I know that you can make pretty valuable meals with it, but that's not the main focus at this point in time. At this point I would really like my minor dwarf to find a spot where he can dig easily, both for his leveling and so that I can advance with the farm. For now I'm going to place some beds. So I use DF hack, I'm assuming it's DF hack, which allows me to place furniture that I don't currently actually have, but it will be placed as soon as it's available. It's really useful, even if it's a bit hacky, but then again, it's DF hack, so that should be obvious by the name. So my miner is tired, I'm presuming, or thirsty. And off we go again. What do we have here? Morion, zircons. So as you saw, my initial dwarves don't have a gem setter, and I usually don't assign one until the migrants have a jeweler with them. So we'll see when that happens. Again, monetary value is of the least importance for me. I don't really have a set aim for this fortress. I would like to breach the caverns, but that's quite a few episodes away, and we'll see if we get there. May never happen. Maybe we get killed by a dragon again, like our last season. Maybe we don't, and then we are really happy. So we touched sand at the end of our long corridor. So as soon as our little dwarf is ready, still quite a few squares to go, we can continue. Of course, digging all this made him level up quite a bit already. That's the reason I only take one miner. It takes a bit in the beginning, but as soon as he hits level 6 or 7 or so, he's proficient enough that the speed with which he works is greatly improved. It used to be that the level also influenced the amount of stone that was left behind, but that was changed in a, for me, pretty recent version. Of course, nowadays you also have the Steam version, excuse me, which I haven't purchased. I'm old-fashioned, and I rather play the retro version that I know how to play, and I know most of the key bindings, in favor of changing to a new UI, basically. But if there would be demand for me to play the new version, who says I wouldn't? So, our long hallway is done. Let's make one here and assume that the sand goes on all the way down. Let's take a chance. Nope, let's not take the chance, it's a bit too risky. So we'll make our farms here, like this. And then we'll have seed storage for these specific farms here. And do the same again, but like this. And see what that gives. If it's all sand, we'll continue with the farms further down so that it's symmetrical. But here we already have stones, which I don't really like. I'm not sure if that influences the farmability, but even if it does, it's only a few spots. So not ideal for the upper parts, but we're going to risk it for the lower ones. And then presumably we will put our dining hall somewhere up there, because I usually integrate them with the kitchen. BPUUKKK. KKK. That's not completely dug out. F. So this one, also df hack. I can load some stockpile settings, and I should have a plump helmet one, and then a pigtail one, which saves me from going to the settings. Now it's just seeds, and if I look here, it's pigtail, which is already selected. So for plump helmets I have the same one, which makes it a lot easier, less tedious to set it up. My miner is eating and sleeping. Little guy has worked pretty hard already. And when he's finished digging out the farms, our farmer is there, that's nice. Moving the gems. And our miner is en route again. So there are several above ground crops, well, at least one that I want, which is rope reeds, to make a self-sufficient clothing industry. That's also the reason I brought alpacas. You can milk them for cheese, you can shear them for yarn. But shearing is something that I've only recently started bothering with. And I only brought 2 alpacas, and you can shear only once a year, once every 300 days maybe. Pigtails wheat? Nope. So if we do pig seed, cave wheat in the bottom right, seed, and I don't have one for rock nuts, but we'll put plump helmet, and then here we can plump and rock like this, and then plump helmet was here, A, B, C and D for the seasons, and then here it was pigtails for what is it, summer and autumn, and then I think it was cave wheat in the bottom right, but we'll have to wait for our farmer to get there. It's quarry bush, which does not grow in the winter. And this one was cave wheat. Right, so we have a food stockpile here where we will forbid the seeds, so they all get brought down, and then we'll make a tiny entryway here and a plant stockpile there. Allowing for an animal stockpile here and a food storage stockpile here. That's the workshop spot. Then we have the doorway. stockpile space for foods and drinks. And an initial dining hall with 2 doors over here. And on this end we still need a space for our chickens, well, turkeys. So as you can see, I try to limit the entrances and exits to specific spots so that my dwarves don't try to optimize themselves where they are walking. It might be that this would be better. The butcher's shop needs to remain open, of course. But this way, from my head, it streamlines how everything flows, even if in practice it won't happen this way. Plump helmets and quarry bushes are already being planted. That's very nice. Let's give him a table and a chair to make, because we can plunk it down here somewhere for now to give our manager, bookkeeper, broker an office. Even if the office is not perfect, because people will walk around him. So I'm planning to stream for about an hour, which gives me 40 minutes yet. Hopefully at least one viewer. That would be nice. And if not, so be it. I'm not streaming for the viewers. I'm streaming because I have an hour to myself. The streams won't be regular at all. I'm quite sorry about that. But I do have a family that I have to entertain. If you have 4 kids running around, then you are quite busy. But they are off to a birthday party, and I got left behind. Insert evil laugh here. So I'm requiring rope reeds, and they usually grow around ponds, so let's gather some plants. Any plants that I gather that I don't need, I will cook first. I will block everything else. And the seeds that I'm not planning on cultivating, I will be selling to dwarven caravans or other caravans. I have a stockpile especially for that, for all the seeds except the main 3. Which would be plump helmets, pigtails and cave wheat. I can expand on it obviously for the rock nuts, for rope reeds. And if I have another above ground plant I want to cultivate, but for those I need to dig a hole and make it somewhat greenhouse-like. So that's something I might buy from the first caravans. That's some glass. To make it a greenhouse, it would be green glass. But given I'm in a sandy environment, I might be able to do it myself, but I'll have to do a bit of research. Wood for fires wouldn't be an issue, as you can see. Quite a bit of trees available. So we'll see what that gives. Dense cotton grass, I don't mind. Apparently in winter it also gets snowy here. I have no more food, that's not good. I'm going to disable some of the digging for now. And have them dig out the kitchen first a bit. seems about right. So as you can see, I have autosave every season, which is not a default option, I believe. I think it's something that the Lazy New Pack gives you. Might be vanilla. Do correct me if I'm wrong. But I had some crashes the other day, and I lost about 2 hours worth of playing on another world. It's not an exercise world or something like that. Everything you see for the first time, unless we crash and we have to redo something. But I was still quite unhappy. So build a workshop, which is not a clothier, a kitchen. Build it here. Out of diorite, because the distance is negligible. And then maybe give our cook, which is this guy, nothing else to do. Like this. And let's hope it doesn't take too long, because people are hungry. I wasn't aware I brought this little, but table, chair. What is he doing? Ah, yes. Of course, our cook is also our plant gatherer. Then again, if they have plants, they can eat them. You don't need the finished meals, I'm presuming. So, make it a throne room or a study, and assign it to Zas. To our bookkeeper. So again, this is an option of the FAQ. Now if I change bookkeepers, it will change automatically to whom this study belongs. So our kitchen is ready, and we'll prepare some easy meals, but not from, well, obviously not from seeds, but you can't cook those. We're not going to allow drinks to be cookable. Lobster and kidney, yes please. Prickleberries. And everything here is also something that they can use to cook or brew, I don't mind. Well, the plump helmets maybe not. Because if you cook, you lose the seeds. So I'm going to keep those for brewing for now, until I have a surplus of plump helmets. Because it is your staple, you should have plenty of seeds, plenty of plants. And if you keep them for brewing, it's always safer to just have them. Also, if they eat them in times of starvation, you do gain the seeds. So then it doesn't matter. So let's get our miner back in business. Like this. Come, my lovely, mine. Mine to your heart's content. And make a new zone. And put the turkeys, and of course the gobbler as well, because if I want to breed with the chickens, you do need a male and a female one. Indisputable fact. So our PF, Nope, not completely dug out yet. The animals went in 2 by 2, hurrah, hurrah. PF, where am I? There. Block, permit, meat. Last summer I had some lovely meat to drink while I was in Germany. Was on an international festival and they had a meat stall and it was lovely. Brought home a bottle, shared it with my wife. We were both quite happy. Just don't like the overly sweet one, and then you can say, yeah, but meat is honey wine. Why shouldn't it be overly sweet? And then I would respond, why should it? The honey gets converted to alcohol, so you shouldn't have too much sugar remaining. And I don't like the sticky taste of overly sweet meat. That's not to say that I don't like sweets. Obviously I do. Who wouldn't? So our dining hall is almost ready. Then you can start digging out our brewery part. And we've got quite some more work for him to do, but not at the moment. Well, at the moment he's already busy. Whatever are you up to? Who are you? Ah, that's our mason. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot to do at the moment. PF. So this is a plant. Environment where I just remove pigtails and rope reeds. I would remove dimple cups as well because they are used for blue dye, but I don't dye my clothes, so I don't see the need. And we're going to remove the food stockpile from here because now this works. And for this one, it's also a food stockpile. Oops, wrong button. But it's only for prepared food. And now it should work quite nicely. The hallway should get cleaned up. There will be another plant stockpile for the brewer. For the still, I should say, workshop L. Where is my miner? Ah, he's sleeping. I never said to fertilize. When did I say to fertilize? I must have misclicked once. So I know that there is a command for the FAQ which shows me which plants, which ores are available, but unless I'm really not finding something, I don't like to use it. I also don't remember it by heart. I used to remember it. It's inspect or excavate or something like that. But if not necessary, I won't be using it. So another stockpile. This will be only for plants. And again, the pigtail and the rope reed I will remove. Here also the plump helmet shouldn't be here. And we do need an extra stockpile here, but it is meat, fish and eggs. And I think those are the main ones. And what do we have laying around here? Strawberries, sweet pots. So the strawberries bring me to a nice joke. What do you call a berry that has committed theft? A strawberry. Dumb jokes for the win. In the same vein, what do you call a dog that can do magic? A labracadabrador. And yes, I have to do an effort not to giggle where I'm sitting. Pigtails. I don't have a stockpile for pigtails, so let's make one intermediate block. Pigtail, rope reeds. Because if they are harvested and they are left there, I think they will wilt. Why do I have... Oh, that's quarry bush, okay. Plants. I'm assuming this one needs... Just a quick thing to see. You shouldn't be able to see this, nope. I'm currently on the DF wiki looking into quarry bushes. Quarry bush leaves. But those are also quarry bush leaves. I'm going to remove them from this one. Permits. It's the food one, so no plump helmets, no pigtails, no rope reed. And then here we can look for quarry bush leaves and leave it like that for now. Version 47. We'll have to see what it gives. We do have rope reeds. This makes me very happy. Because as soon as you have rope reeds, you also have the seeds. I think our miner is completely finished. So, let's dig down a bit more. Then we have our workshops will be here. And our bedrooms will come here. But we'll do it like this. And I have some macros recorded. Bedroom wave left, and there is a bedroom wave, which should be on the right side. Now if I do this, very nice. So probably not the most efficient way of doing the bedrooms, but I like them aesthetically. And if I do it like this, it gives me 24 bedrooms, if I remember correctly. 3 times 4 on the outside is 12, then 8 makes 20, and then 4 in the middle makes 24. And then on bedroom wave left, I have here is the same shape, just on the other side, and this macro I did better because I did not forget a small part of it, so I can chain it a few times. And this should give me 48 bedrooms, and I also have the bedroom dig center up quarters. I'm not sure if, yes, that's annoying because I'm not sure where I should start. I might redo this macro before the next time. Those are the quarters for the nobles, so it's not really that important yet. Right, something I forgot. F1, zoom here. F2, zoom here, name it. This is dining. F3, zoom here, name workshop. Makes navigating around a tiny bit easier. So we're 3/4 of our way through the stream. Sadly, no one to see it yet. I do like to share what I do with other people. So even if you find the stream later, please leave a comment, leave a like. I would greatly love to see that I made someone's day a tiny bit better, gave them some amusement or inspiration to start playing again. And you can always give me ideas on what to do with the forts. I have gold in the ground, which is nice for statues, stuff like that. It's too soft to serve as a weapon. But I think, no, that's silver, that's with the lead, not the gold one. And since we've no alchemy in the game, I believe we can't convert lead to gold using the Philosopher's Stone. Maybe there is a mod. I've never played modded, but maybe there is a mod that would allow the creation of a Philosopher's Stone, given the necessary, rare, expensive, difficult to obtain ingredients, and then using a Philosopher's Stone to create gold from lead. It would be quite nice. So the digging is done. Let's start on our workshop hallway. My workshops are all 5x5. Because space is basically free for my little dwarvies. Let the miner dig, and then later we can worry about the stockpiles. But there will be at least one wood stockpile down there, one stone stockpile. Then we can also start thinking about a real office. So we have some migrants. Let's unpause the game. Not quite sure where they are. Zoom. Completely on the right side. We have them here. So they should start moving in a while. Let's see if Dwarf Therapist already knows how many there are. Wow. Yep, they could have stayed at home, for all I'm concerned. We have an adequate miner, which won't be a miner anymore. We do have a really good weaponsmith, but with no other noteworthy skills. We have a plant gatherer, miner. Let's remove that one as well. And then we have two kids. They're basically 9 years old and 7 years old. I'm not sure. Children. Let's see on the DF wiki. Until they are 18, they don't become adult dwarfs, so those two will remain children for the rest of eternity. Because I'm pretty sure our fort won't survive 18 years. Well, who knows, maybe it does. But don't put your hopes on it. So for our dining room, let's make 5 tables, 5 chairs for now. When our digging is done, we'll first create the office for our manager, and then it will be a bit easier to organize stuff. So I don't think I have plant processing as a skill for anyone. Nope. But we will give it to our miner who had plant gathering, because if you know something about plants, you can just as well process them. After the office is done, we will dig him a space for the workshop, which will be about here, because it's near the plants, and then they don't have to lug the plants all around, and they can just store the goods in a stockpile near the workshop, and then when that is required by someone else, they can come fetch it. So our tables are almost done. Table, again with the planning mode. So chair, table, table, chair. Room, chair, table, table, chair. Damn it. Yeah, then we'll have to dig it out one. So we put a table there, a table here. Chair, empty, chair, table, table. And then chair there. Those should all become tables. And then chairs. And you have to basically do it like this. Because you can't share a table with 2 chairs, and you have to leave some room so that they can walk to their chair if they want to. Let's hope they at least put some chairs and tables together. Is it the table that makes the dining room? Yes. So starting from this one. Perfect. At least one intelligent dwarf. Nice. So, how far are we? 10 minutes remaining will probably give us just enough time to see this dugout. First episode is always a lot of digging, not much else going on. For me, it's the part that I really like, when you get to plan out the fortress from scratch. Everything is still brand new. It's a lovely time. No dragons that have burned down the fort. No goblins that have laid siege upon it. That's one thing that I would like to do in this playthrough, that is have a working military. Something that I've never succeeded in, as of yet. And in my offline world, I do have a military setup, but only just. So who knows? Maybe you'll get to be the first one to see it. Only 4 more spots, 3, 2, 1, and then the one in the corner. Perfect. So, let's destroy this one. And W. Mason. We need a mason shops. Crafts dwarf. I don't see it. Carpenter. Then a clothier we'll need as well. Jeweler. And a loom. No. QX. Build workshop loom. Jeweler. That's better. And then, as promised, we'll make a tiny hallway that will allow for small offices for those who need it. Not quite sure if we need 3 offices, but for now this will work. Our lazy miner is in bed again. Does nothing all day, still gets to sleep. The Hillocks of Dreamshall. Not sure what to do with this message, but okay. How many tables do I need yet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 11, 17, well, quite a bit. 23. So let's give a table and a chair order and have him churn away a bit, but make his life easier. And have the wood brought to him. And then a door here, a table, here, a chair, and then if they require some upgrading in terms of pleasantness, we can always put a statue. But for now he's actually quite happy. I do want my books to be kept at a medium precision. And then let's see, in our kitchen, fisher berries, yes, cook them. Plum helmets, you shouldn't. Prickleberries, rope reeds, don't brew. So this works. And then here will come the farmer's workshop. I believe the digging is done. So the farmer's workshop will be our first step into obtaining a self-sufficient clothing industry, because it's the first step to process plants to thread and to shear animals. So if I now process plants and there should be a shear animal, we should see him with rope reeds, and then once he moves again we should see the items he's got in the workshop, which should be rope reed seed and rope reed thread. So 3 threads and 3 seeds. I'm not quite sure where the seeds will be taken. And they had TSK. Rope reed seed bag, but as far as I can see, it shouldn't be allowed there. And I don't want him to do anything else for now. I want to see if he is actually, he or she, it's a he. I just want to see him churn out the required stuff. Autumn has come, which should mean that there is a caravan soon, and I don't even have a marketplace. What's it called? Trade depot. So let's try and get one going. I can stream for 10 minutes more. But I have to make spaghetti sauce today. And as you all should know, good sauce takes a bit of simmering. So we'll make the trade depot here, and then it has 2 small stockpiles in my setup. But for now we won't do them, so that our miner only digs the depot one. And this is what happens when you dig through rock instead of sand for the most part. And I'm used to digging through sand, so this took quite a bit longer than expected. But as long as the caravan doesn't arrive now and has no depot to see, it's no big deal. Trade depot, let's make it out of diorite, and then this is still red. 2 and 3 pieces. In the meantime, we can start digging out. And it is reachable, so Shift D for the people not in the know. So even if we have a caravan now and we don't have a lot of goods, we can do a bit of trading. Now I don't like ramps around my front door, so I'll remove those. Rope reed thread. Where is my plant processor? What are you doing? Drinking? Why are you drinking? You should work. Work! Stock. Do I have drinks? No. That could become an issue, so let's queue this up. Ah! Pot. Is there a large pot? Start with 25. So the depot was only just ready in time. And let's see if our pots are being made. Probably not, because that requires stone crafting. So let's give our mason something to do. So let's suspend these. Make him make barrels. Yes. Job, manage, queue, barrel. Make wooden 25. I have enough wood as it is. Damn it, what does this do? I have some recommendations. This one. Oh, he'll become a baron. Right, so this is the first time that I've had this happen. Not quite sure why. Why not before and why now? But let's make Zas a baron. because he is the expedition leader, even if he didn't really do anything. But can a baron keep his jobs? Yeah, probably. Let's recommend him. Okay. I'm not going to request anything. And they mainly require goblets. Okay, plants, why not? Seeds, I usually have them in stock as well. And then we'll see about the crafts. But for now, I really need to keep them from drying out. Do I have anything to give them yet? R and then G. This one in any case. Yeah, stuff not in stockpiles you can't see. Or maybe you can. I have gems. And there were more ions. So at least that should be worth something. A baby llama. Praise the Lord. I think they only need a year to mature. So next year they should be shearable. Just need to make sure that I don't butcher them. Yeah, that's another one. That's really nice, but I don't know what it does. So do you have any drinks? If you have drinks, I'm really happy. If you have glass, that would be nice as well. Dwarven wine, dwarven rum, beer, rum. So we still have some profits that we can work with. Quite well stocked. Dwarven wheat flour bag in a giant cave spider silk bag. You pay more for the bag than for the flour. Black sand. Like here the pigtail, it's 60 less than the giant cave wheat. Cloth I don't need. Leather maybe, but not at the moment. Let's take a bit of this and trade it, yes. And now at least I will have some drinks to bridge the gap. Stocks, drinks. Yes, 50 beer, 50 rum, 50 wine. My dwarves won't dry out. Is that the second llama? Yes. We have two. Yes, thank you very much. Yes, we have 2 baby llamas. And 4 adult llamas. They were brought... Oei. This one should be like this. So the alpacas were brought with a specific intention of shearing them. Plant processing, yes. Shearing is probably another one. Live farming, shearing, so that's this one. So I'm not sure. Yes. He takes the animal downstairs to have it shorn. Sheared. And then we have 15 llama wool, which is not too bad. Then in the loom, which is not ready yet because it needs weaving. I'm presuming that from the wool we can make yarn. But that will be something that we can see in the next episode. Next stream. I'm planning on doing excuse me, planning on doing some lunch streams, but as I said before, they might be quite irregular. Apologies for that. I have a busy life, but I'm planning to have a stream on Tuesday during lunch, so 12 to 1 GMT plus 1 Brussels time. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.